Hey everyone, welcome back to Inner Peace, Better Health. I'm your host Eric, and today we are diving into guardian angels, connection and finding clarity when life feels uncertain. My guest is Ros Place, a guardian angel communicator and a creator of the Channel of Clarity method. For over 20 years, Ross has helped people connect with their guardian angels for trustworthy guidance. Ross, welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have you here.
Oh, thank you, Eric. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
Ross, what first made you aware of your ability to connect with guardian angels, and how did that shape your path?
That's a great question. So, angels are my first memory. I
Mhm.
can remember laying in my little crib when I was like a young toddler and looking up and all around me seeing angels, seeing their light. And throughout my childhood, they used to take me to special places. We had a really lovely garden when I grew up. We lived in a very normal house in a suburb of London, not very exciting or interesting, but it had this beautiful garden. And there were these two cherry trees. And I used to always love being outside. I was a very active child and always liked being in nature and just being outdoors and being occupied. And they spent a long time in my childhood um, teaching me, helping me to develop my gift. And I loved every minute I had with the angels. And I thought, until I got to age 11, that it was exactly the same for everybody else. I didn't realize that this was a gift that I had been born with until I got to age 11 and I went to my new school. And when I started to talk to people about what I could do or hear what other people talked about in terms of their life and their experiences, I realized that it was not something that everybody could do. And at that time in my life, I just wanted to be like everyone else. I wasn't someone who wanted to be different. I wasn't someone who wanted to stand out. I just wanted to blend in more than anything. And so that really put a pause on my work with the angels. And it wasn't until I reached the age of 30 that the ability that I had really started to become something I couldn't ignore. And between age 11 and age
Mhm.
30, I would say I felt like I was sitting on a suitcase that was overflowing, trying to keep a lid on it, trying not to know things, trying not to receive communication. And it was a really challenging time in my life. And there were several occasions where my guardian angel, Trisan, saved my life. Uh,
Mhm.
and it wasn't until I had our first sons, we've got two boys, 14 and 19. And it wasn't until I had my first son that my spiritual gift was impossible to keep suppressing. And from that time, I've been working professionally with people to help them to communicate with their guardian angels so that they can find their purpose and so that they can ask questions that are important to them and get trustworthy guidance. And that is what your relationship with your guardian angel is all about. You've got a guide with you, your highest guide who only is with you to help you, nobody else. And once
Mhm.
you learn how to ask questions, once you learn how to receive answers, you have complete confidence and peace in life because you know that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know that you're living where you're supposed to be living. You know that you're doing and being who you truly came here to be. So that's a long answer. Did that answer your question, Eric? Is that okay?
No worries, no worries. Well, it's really amazing, it almost honestly, it is just so perfect, and it fits perfectly, and it honestly it is really unbelievable, but I perfectly
Mm.
believe it because yeah, even I believe in guardian angels. I believe, so I am a Christian. I'm a believer
Mm.
of Jesus Christ. And
Mm.
the Bible that I follow, it says that God, angels are ministering spirits. So yeah,
Mm.
I do believe that there are angels and there's a whole spiritual realm around us. So yeah,
Mm.
thank you for sharing that, Ross. Thank you for being vulnerable with us, for sharing your life, and it's crazy. It's amazing how this is just so real. So yeah,
My pleasure.
yeah. Why do you think so many people struggle with trusting their inner guidance? And if that is the case, how can guardian angels help us bridge the gap?
Yeah, I mean, that is, I think that trusting your inner guidance, trusting yourself, trusting your ideas, trusting, you know, the the thoughts that you have and the steps that you want to take in life. I think it's one of the that doubt is something that, I mean, Tristan talks about it as like self-doubt. It eats your dreams.
Mm,
The doubts that you have, the voice that you have inside of your head, the way that you always question yourself and question the things that you might do, that is
mm,
something which eats your dreams, and it prevents people from fulfilling their purpose and trusting themselves. It's a complicated area. I mean, I work with people all the time who would describe themselves as lacking in self-confidence. They might
mm,
be outwardly confident, but they don't trust themselves. They don't trust their ideas. They don't trust their kind of plans. And it means that you live in such an anxious state. You're not able to be who you've come here to be because you're constantly questioning and challenging things. So questioning yourself is, I think, a human condition. You want proof. People don't like to think that they're going to do something that's going to lead them to make a mistake. And so very often people don't do anything and they stay stuck in this kind of mode of anxiety and depression and feelings of being stuck. So that feeling of questioning your inner guidance, which I would call your intuition, is something that your guardian angel helps you with. So, something that's really important about guardian angels is that they'll never take over. You know, you hear people often speak about free will and how your guardian angel can't kind of can't interfere. Right? People would talk about giving your guardian angel permission, but they will
mm,
never remove your growth opportunities. They'll
yeah,
never say, do this, this is exactly what you need to do in order to get to this outcome,
mm,
and remove any opportunity for you to learn and grow, because you are here to learn and grow. But the
yeah,
beautiful thing about your relationship with your guardian angel is that they build trust in yourself alongside the trustworthy guidance that they provide you with. And the approach that Tristan gave us, which is the channel of clarity method, which is step by step, means that you cannot develop your relationship with your guardian angel until you have
mm,
trust in yourself. It's not a delegating relationship. It's not, I don't want any responsibility for my life. You work together. Tristan talks about it as living life together with your guardian angel. So you grow and develop as a human, you grow and you become more confident in yourself, because the information that your guardian angel gives you, the answers that your guardian angel gives you, you put into
mm,
practice. Whenever,
mm,
often when clients come to me, they'll say, you know, do you, and I will ask, do you have questions? Are there things that you want to accomplish in life? Because if you do, you have the perfect opportunity to have a highest guide direct you to create the reality that you know inside you want to happen, but don't have the confidence or clarity in order to step into. So it's a wonderful co-creative relationship with your guardian angel. With Trisam, I ask him questions, he gives me answers, and practically applying those answers to your life gives you confidence in yourself and your guardian angel. It's very proof
yeah.
focused, evidence based.
Mm, yeah, wow, that's really amazing. I mean, it's just so amazing how we can ask our guardian angels for help, and we can just ask them and they can just guide us. It's really a fascinating concept to me, and how they actually are motivators and honestly, just like friends, synonymous to friends, you know? So it's
Yeah.
a fascinating concept to me. So, Ross, after 20 years of doing this work, lastly, what's next for you in your mission to help people connect with their angels?
Oh, that's a lovely question. I love helping people to connect and communicate with their guardian angels. I love how people's lives change and are transformed. I think often in life we can feel lonely and feel like we're doing things on our own. We can feel like things are hard and difficult, and we can feel fear around things that we do. But when you know how to communicate with your guardian angel, all of that is dissolved. So for me, helping more people to communicate with their guardian angels is my mission. I've written a book about it. It's called the Channel of Clarity Method, which is what Trasan gave to me, which teaches you a process which helps you to, first of all, connect with your guardian angel, so know who they are, know what your life purpose strengths are, and then
Mm.
go on to communicate. So understanding how you can create what Trasan calls the channel of clarity, which means that you have a safe and secure channel of communication between you and your guardian angel. So that's something that is in my heart. That's something that I do every day and I love doing. But in terms of what's next, I am quite a private person. People often say to me, Ros, you've got this ability and you're very quiet about it. You're not someone who's on the international stage. You're not someone who's very kind of out there in the world, sharing every moment of your day and talking about client transformations. And that is how I love to be. I love one-to-one work, but I am sharing more of my experiences because Trasan, my guardian angel, is guiding us around the world. So 2 years ago, Trasan said to me, you're going to leave England. So when I say me, I'm Ros, but I'm married to Eddie for 23 years, and we've got two sons, 14 and 19. And he said, you're going to leave England and you're going to travel. And I came downstairs after Trasan telling me that, and everyone was sitting at the dinner table, and I told them. And they all looked at me and they said, okay, let's do it. So almost 2 years ago, we left England, and Trasan has been directing us around the globe. So we started our travels in Albania, Montenegro, I beg your pardon, and then Albania. And then from there, Trasan said, you're now going to South America. So we went to Brazil. And then he directed us to Ecuador. And then he directed us to the North America. And then he directed us to Mexico. And we're currently in Peru for the second time. So the first time was 6 months ago when we came to Cusco, which is a really high altitude city in Peru, full of ancient history and prehistory. And our next move is to Southeast Asia. And so he is guiding us around the globe, helping us to find where it is we will all thrive. And as we go, my sons ask Trasan for guidance. So it's not just for me. They'll ask for guidance about some examples of questions that are interesting to them is how can I properly rehydrate? They work out and they're very physical and they didn't feel that my oldest son didn't feel like he was hydrating properly. How can I rehydrate? One of my sons had an injury and he said, right, why is this happening and how can I remedy this? And that problem was solved for him. So for me, it's teaching people how to communicate and it's continuing to put my work out into the world, but it's also sharing more of my story because I think we all feel that our lives are normal. We all feel that our lives are not interesting maybe to share unless we're in a small minority who feel that everything about their life is interesting. And so for me, it's about showing people through the way that
Yeah.
I'm living my life what is possible.
Mm. Wow, that's such an important and such a unique perspective for me. And yeah, I mean, thank you for sharing your light and wisdom with us today. I mean, it's really amazing that your passion for helping people connect with their guardian angels, how unique it is, and how inspiring and truly, truly motivating it is. And I know our listeners will walk away with so much of hope and clarity. And to everyone tuning in, what if the answers you have been searching for are already within your reach? Take that first step, whether it's through Ross's channel of clarity method or simply asking your guardian angel for guidance. If you love this episode, share it with someone who could use a little extra light in their life. And don't forget to check out the new show notes for Ross's resources to help you start your journey. Until next time, I am Eric. Stay curious, stay open, and keep seeking that inner peace for better health.